Hey everybody, today we're going to be working on yet another dead MacBook. Here we have an A1466, and it says that it's not charging. Let's try and figure out what's wrong with this MacBook Air that's not powering on, and hope that we get an easy one. Let's turn this thing on, try and turn it on, take a look at it. So, looks like some stuff is unplugged. Just going to plug it back in. Plug it in, as they would say at Glade. The product I no longer purchase because I don't spend money with Procter & Gamble. But I still do like their advertising sayings. Like, plug it in, plug it in. It's catchy. It's hard to get rid of stuff that's catchy. Now, we're going to turn on our power supply software. This software was not programmed by Paul Daniels, so I have a good expectation that it may actually work today. So we do this. We start it up. We do that. It shows up on the screen. Bam. Look at that. Just shows up on screen. Turn the output on. Right, looks like we're using 6 milliamps. That's not what I would be looking for on this MacBook. So now we're going to turn on the multimeter software, which this is coded by Paul Daniels, so... Wow, it popped up immediately. Wasn't expecting that. Now, we don't have a green light in the charger. So what's the first thing that we do when we don't have a green light in the charger on any of these MacBooks that use MagSafe? What is it that you would do? If the answer is check and see if PP3V42_G3hot was present, because that's the power rail that powers your one-wire circuit, the circuit that's going to allow the charger to speak to the SMC, and the SMC itself that needs to speak to the charger in order for it to turn on, then you'd be correct. And if you didn't know that, you should check out my guide down below. It's about a 100-something page guide to how to learn how to do board repair. It starts with very, very simplistic concepts. It's free. It uses size 40 to 70 font. It uses pictures. It's easy to understand. So we're going to go over this and see if PP3V42_G3hot is present. Now, this looks like an 820-00165 board. If you couldn't see that, it's probably because you got a problem with your eyes. If you can't see that, let me show you how easy it is to see that this is an 820-00165 board. You just take this right over there. See that? Look, it's written right there. How'd you miss that? It's right there. 820-00165. It's easy. Anyway, so we are going to take a look at this board and see in our board view and schematic software where it is we would find PP3V42_G3hot. Let's open up the schematic, open up the board view. Now, if you take a look on our schematic and our board view, you'll see that PP3V42_G3hot is right here in this inductor, L7095. And if you didn't know where it was, you could just hit Control F and type in PP3V42, and Paul Daniels' amazing software auto-completes. I don't even have to type the whole thing in. I just hit Enter, and it'll show me every single point in the board that shows up. Beautiful.
For you people, I bet they're so confused. Because one day he's like, Paul Daniels is amazing software, the next day it's like this shit piece of junk. He doesn't even work. He just did that just yeah.
All right. So it looks like this board is taking 5 milliamps, and we're getting 1.27 volts on PP3V42_G3hot. So we're going to take the board out, do a little inspection of the PP3V42_G3hot area, and try and figure out what's going on with it. So let's zoom out a little bit. Drink your water. We are going to drink our water. Water provided by a Schematics or Dye water bottle available at store.rossmangroup.com. If you're a professional like us, you can hold a water bottle by your computer without spilling anything on it. I'm a professional, which is why I always keep my water bottle right next to the computer that I'm working on. As a professional, I'm not going to spill anything on it. See how easy that is? Refreshing. I'm going to put that water bottle down right back next to the MacBook because, again, I'm professional. I'm not going to spill anything on it. Never going to forget, I had this one employee, Venera, several years ago, and every time there were people who walk in and they go, you have a drink next to the computer, and they'd always look at her funny. And one time somebody mentioned it, you have a drink next to my computer, and she goes, she wasn't trying to be mean, she was just trying to explain what was going on, but it was one of these broken English moments where she goes, no, I not like you. I professional. I no spill on computer. She wasn't trying to say I'm better than you. She was simply trying to say what you did I'm not going to do, because she thought they were afraid that, the spilling of liquid would repeat itself. And she said, But it's just the funny the way it came out. No, I not like you. I professional. I'm not spilling. Do we get that shit? Oh man. I have helmet hair, so there's no fixing that, you Golby. Because I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna wear my helmet. All right. So let's get the board out of the case of this MacBook and figure out why our PP3V42 underscore G3 hot, a 3.42 volt power rail, remember PP3V42, 3.42 volts is not there. We should not have 1.2 volts. We should have 3.4 volts. So we are going to get that 3.4 volts immediately. Yep. All right. Is the search for a new store over? It's not over until I sign a lease and move in. When I sign a lease and I move in, and you see me streaming from it, the search is over. Until then, not over. Thank you for the delicious greenies this morning. You really do love me. I didn't give you any greenies. You filthy animal that doesn't clean itself. I gave Clinton greenies. Perhaps Clinton felt bad for you and decided to spare you some. Or perhaps Mr. Clinton was simply full, and he couldn't consume any more greenies, so he decided, well, what the hell. If I'm done consuming them, maybe the smelly cat can have some. But let's not be mistaken here. Just to be clear, Oreo, I don't love you. Okay. Squeaky chair. My Amscope just arrived. Now I just need an ultrasonic cleaner. Where can I buy one? Same place you bought your microscope from, you fucking traitor. Clearly not store.rossmangroup.com. No. You can buy a crest at store.rossmangroup.com. I'm still waiting for my microscopes to come in. Thank you for your $1.05, Copass. We appreciate it. Alright, let's take a look at the PP342 underscore G3 hot circuit and see if we can figure out what's going on with it. So first thing we have to do is open up the schematic in the board view and find the regulator, which is going to be U7090. So let's take a look at that regulator and see what's going on in that area. So if you take a look at that area, you'll see that we have the 18 volts coming in from the charger up here. It feeds down into the chip itself, and the chip has two inputs. Remember, PP342 underscore G3 hot is the first rail that you need. And if you don't have the charger plugged in, well, how are you going to get this rail? That's why it has two inputs. You have one input that comes from the charger, PP-DCN G3 hot, and the other input that comes from the battery, PP-Bus G3 hot. However, do keep in mind, PP-Bus G3 hot is the main rail that's going to be charging the battery, and you don't want 18 volts to go into it. So just having two inputs over here is not going to work. You need to have a diode so that the charging voltage does not go directly into PP-Bus G3 hot and become the battery voltage. You don't want the 18 volts from this to just show up over here. That would be very bad. So that's what this diode is for. So 18 volts can go in, 12 volts can go in, but the 18 volts from here cannot go back up here and go into the battery and make it go poof. So, actually, I believe it's 8 volts, not 12 volts. So this machine uses 8.5 volts for PP-Bus G3 hot, not 12 like the pros do. So there's a couple of things that are going to be required for this to turn on. The first thing is the shouldn't pin. Now, what do you think shouldn't means? Can we buy a vowel? What is shouldn't? Shouldn't. Shouldn't stands for shutdown. Now it says P3V42 underscore 3D hot, P3 hot, underscore shouldn't underscore L. One of my older videos, I said that the underscore L stands for low, means the signal is present when the voltage is low. So when it's at 0 volts, this signal will be present. Now it says shouldn't, meaning shutdown. So that means shut down this chip if the voltage is low. So if we have 3 volts here, or 18 volts here, or something higher, then the chip will turn on. If we have 0 volts here, then the chip will turn off. So we have to check and see if it's actually being told to turn on. We also have to check and make sure that we're getting voltage in to the chip, because if this is not receiving its input voltage, it's not going to work. So just like for a light. So if we have a light bulb, first you need to make sure that you've got your 120 volts on your fixture, but then you also have to make sure that the light switch is flipped on. You can't have 120 volts at the fixture and have the light switch off and blame the light fixture or the light bulb, and you can't blame the switch for the light not turning on if you have 0 volts at your fixture. So over here, same general concept. You have the voltage at your light fixture. This chip is like the light bulb itself, and this shutdown pin is going to be like your light switch. So let's see where pin 8 is. So if we go over to the board view, which is on the side over here, Paul Daniels' convenient software puts the number on every single pin, so you don't have to click each pin individually like you used to have to do with Landrex. It's all just right there, and it even writes in the name of the signal. Look at that. I can zoom, and when I zoom, it shows me the name of the pin. It'll abbreviate it, and then it'll show me more of it as I zoom in. Like, look at this. Wow. 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 OMG. OMG. Look at this. Get that PP3V42 shutdown right to the face. Look at that. Wow. Paul, can you do this with your Nook, or does it fuck up the graphics card? Hello, Erica. Kel, I would rather do the latter, but sometimes it just gets old. Sometimes you just have to let off some steam is all. But I appreciate where you're coming from. So let's check on pin 8 and see what we're getting over there. So we're going to put on the multimeter software on the screen. We're going to turn on the light for the microscope. That's disgusting. Alright, and right after I plugged it in, now it's turning itself on without me having to do anything. Wow, look at that. So at the shutdown pin, we're obviously getting voltage. And yeah, this board that just was not working and giving us 1.2 volts and taking 6 milliamps is now turning on. Wow. I fixed it. What did I do? No, who knows? Alright, so let's take a look around this board with the microscope and see if there's anything that looks corroded or messed up in any way. That bank of caps sometimes shorts. Is this corrosion over here? Or is that just a pube or cum or something? Alright. No noticeable corrosion, no visible corrosion, no visible corrosion. Alright, so it seems like what this board needed in order for me to fix it was for me to zoom in repeatedly on the board view software. So what I did on this board was I opened up my board view and schematic software over here, and I clicked on the pin that was giving me a problem, and then I did this over and over again. And since doing this with Paul Daniels' software actually fixed the board. The board said, I'm so sick of being tired by watching you use this awful, awful software that I'll just work. Just stop. Just stop using it. I feel bad for you. Here. I'll give you 18 volts in my shutdown pin. I'm done. So all I did is do this over and over again. And now the board actually appears to function. Somewhere in the box should be the correct connector for your BBS HD. At least I think it is. Thank you very much. I saw that. That was you? Awesome. Yeah, I got that little set. I actually bought a bunch of wires as well. I just have to make that had the connector. I finally found them. I just have to make the time to put it together. Once I put it together, we'll be sure to get another battery for the bike so that I can use that 40 amp air horn. I also have to upload a video of Paul having fun using the 40 amp air horn. Thank you so much. So yeah, it looks like this board already works. There's really nothing for me to do. It seems like this board has fixed itself using Paul Daniels' software. I did torture it and yeah, this is hysterical. Like the moment I touched the multimeter to ground, it just started working again. So we're just gonna reflow that area with a little bit of flux. Yeah. This board is as random as it gets. Random. Random. After this, I may get myself some lunch, and then we move on to another board. Yeah, this legitimately only needed a little bit of reflow. That's a nuts. Maybe not even this. These boards that are coming my way are getting easier and easier. Hey Lewis, have you seriously considered venturing in the e-bike business by conversions? With the increase in space for your new potential store, you could open up a FANG shop. I'd rather buy from the US than import an e-bike from China. Well, the first thing is that most of the stuff that I'd be getting are parts from China to begin with. The other issue is the questionable legality of the stuff that I'd be putting together. I don't know if I'd be up for that. I mean, the thing is, I enjoy putting stuff together for myself, but like, yeah, let's see. One more. Putting a 1 kilowatt motor on an e-bike is illegal in New Jersey, and e-bikes in general are illegal in New York. Yeah, there you go. That's a big part of that issue. But there's another issue that we would have to discuss there. Hello, Paul. Would you ride a bike that I put together?
Very trepidly. Only
Why?
for a block or two.
Why?
Because something is going to fly out of it eventually.
Why
Or
would
it's going to catch fire and burn my balls. I value my balls. I don't want them burned by a lithium-ion battery. Thank you.
A lithium is not what burns, it's the fire.
The fire burns.
Yeah.
That's like a profound statement or something.
Although my bike does go faster than Paul's bike.
My car goes faster than your bike.
Not. Wait till next week when the other battery arrives.
You bought the big one?
Yeah, just waiting for that to show up.
Oh boy.
Then we get to really have some fun. I can't wait to use that arrow out of the street and have people look and think that there's a truck behind them and then they see it's my shitty little bike. People are going to think that that's a truck. Let me leave notes for this ticket. And then we debate lunch or another board. Can you do a collaboration with Naomi Wu? What's a Naomi Wu? Let's take a look. Naomi Wu, you asked me about. All right. Somebody asked if I would do a collaboration with a Naomi Wu.
Destroyed her body.
What the?
It's a sexy cyborg on YouTube.
I don't think I have much to collaborate with here. We don't appear to be creating content for the same reasons.
She does all electronic content.
Oh yes, electronic content. I see that. Yes. 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 Electronics.
Electronics.
Yeah. Yes. All electronic content. Yeah.
She made an LED RGB bra.
This is all the attention is being brought to the electronics.
Yes.
All the attention is being brought to
There's
the.
not one thing about her. Wait, is that her soldering right there? There's not one thing about her soldering or building on her Instagram.
We're gonna fix a board today. What you know? Oh fuck this. Here, check this. Paul, where are those HAKKO things? Where are those?
All the.
Here. We're gonna fix a board today. Let's get like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? Like seriously? There, I'm done collaborating. I don't know. What do you want from me? Ever thought of something like the cake? Check it out on YouTube. It's a legit bike. I'll try it out. Like, am I being an ass here? I mean, I'm basing this on how somebody presents themselves. Like this. I mean, because I used to have an Instagram. I no longer have an Instagram, but I used to have an Instagram. And most of the pictures on my Instagram were pictures of my cat, pictures of a board that was screwed up, pictures of incoming boxes coming in, pictures of stuff in the queue. But every picture where, like, I had my clothes on. I'm not like doing this bending over, half naked, look at my breast shit. I don't know. There's nothing there for me to really. Maybe I shouldn't base this based on their Instagram, but that again, this is what you're choosing to show me. This is what you're choosing to show the world. Who are you, lady, and what have you done with my daddy? Maybe I'm just jealous because I don't have any fake tits. Like, look, you Google me, like, what do you get? Let's see, YouTube, let's see, Wikipedia, how old am I, Yelp, are Apple being jackasses, a Vice article, a Twitter. Actually, I don't have a Twitter, so how the hell does this even exist? Oh, that's interesting. Lewis MacBooks Buyer's Guide. My Yelp. Hey, Lewis. Something small for the cookie jar for the new place. Hope everything went well with the last place you looked at, Rustic Restaurant. So if you thought about starting a GoFundMe, many would gladly help you. I think there's a lot of people that would chip in $1 or $5. but I think it would probably be capped off at about 5 or 6,000, which is like less than 10% of what I'd need to actually move in and do what I need to do. Like, yeah, like this is, you can see from the internet how I choose to present myself. Now, don't get me, and that's the thing. A lot of people in our Apple and other places say you seem like a cynical, jaded asshole that's over animated, and I gotta eat that because that's how I chose to present myself. You know, whatever happened to the Andrew the fuck guy? I don't know what happened to him. I think he moved away, and I think he started working at a nightclub. Yeah, I think he started working at a nightclub about 3.5 or 4 years ago and got into that. And also, good to see you're still around, Pedro. You know, I gotta live with that. You can kind of give, and yeah, the first impression that you're giving is not one that tells me that there's a lot for us to talk about. Okay, this goes in a slot L12. Okay. Next up. Thanks for responding to my email. Did I respond to your email? Alright, we're going to move on to the next one shortly. If every one of your subscribers donated $1 for the help, you would have more than what you needed for the new place. If all of my subscribers didn't have ad block, I'd probably be on an island right now, watching Paul on a GeoVision camera and laughing at all the hard boards he gets as I sip my Chardonnay and listen to Steely Dan. That's not. What's that?
1502, no phone.
Okay, fine. We'll see. Shit, sorry. There's a lot of people that make really interesting content where it's not like devolved to like look at me pick something up on the floor kind of shit. Like who am I thinking of? There's somebody else that Simone Gerritz. I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong, and I'm sorry to her if I am pronouncing your name wrong. I'm sorry, I suck at English. It's part of being American. But like, this is cool. She makes really cool stuff. So why is my display not cropped? You should be cropped. How dare you all be able to see that I still subscribe to Grade A Under A? Does the man have no secrets anymore? But yeah, like this, she's awesome. She's smart as hell. She makes all sorts of cool videos. And if you just look through this stuff, like she makes content that's technical in sense, and she shows cool stuff. In none of these videos is there some like attention-seeking look at my body and how little clothes I have and how tight it is, and oh look, I'm bending over to pick something up, and oh look, I'm using my tits to hold something. It's like, that's the thing. Like, if you don't want me to judge you based on it, then that's fine. Just like, I don't know. It just seems like attention-seeking crap to me. Cue hundreds of thousands of people that scream in my ear. Let's see. So we are going to move on to the next one. Where is Sheep Chat? Ah, here is Sheep Chat.
Somebody told you stop looking at her chest and look at her content. The content's terrible.
Okay, stop looking at her chest and look at her content. Yeah, but like, where is the content? Like, I went to the page that shows up when I Google your name, and I scrolled. Like, again, my Instagram sucked. My Instagram was shit. But my Instagram was, here's a board that I fixed. Here's my kitty. Here's a board that I fixed. Here's my kitty. Here's my Zalmo. Here's my kitty. You know. You could get a fairly balanced image of what my life was like from that. It was gym, kitty, board. Gym, kitty, board. Gym, kitty, board. Yeah, pretty much. It's less gym stuff. And it's like, Check out the drone we made. Just Google Altium Online Viewer. It's the first link. All right. You're a man and you still show your pissy for views. Yep, I'm no fucking better. Alright. The Altium 365 online viewer is the easiest way for you to visualize your electronics designs online. Pretty. How it works. PCB schematic view based in your browser. Now he has my IP. He only has my IP for the next 90 seconds until Time Warner gives me packet loss and it changes again. It doesn't. I'm not really afraid of getting DDoSed based on people having my IP. When you have Spectrum cable, it's getting DDoSed, I think, is in the terms of service. Okay, so what am I looking for here?
Yeah, that didn't lead to anything. I don't know what he was talking about.
He said I'm the first results for this. Altium 365. Let's see. Nitro Caster. Confused. Anyway, so we are going to take a look at a board. All right, everybody. So today we're going to be looking at a board that Anel just gave to me. Let's see what he gave to me and what's wrong with it. There's corrosion on the ISL chip for the CPU. Can that lady be my pet sitter? It seems like a good collaboration. No, Oreo, you horny bastard. BlackBerry doesn't want to sleep with you. Step up your game before you try out with another woman. BlackBerry, my other kitty, doesn't want to sleep with you, Oreo, because you smell and you don't clean yourself. I'm not introducing you to other women until you at least get to the point where BlackBerry's not disgusted by you. Anel sucks.
What is this?
Anel knows what that is.
He doesn't want to touch it.
Why not?
Paul said it was easy.
What's wrong with this?
Brain dead.
So what's wrong with this? It's easy.
Are you looking at the same thing I'm looking at?
Yeah.
What?
The two caps that are corroded?
The 12 volts that went to the CPU?
You think so?
Every single time. For Oreo Euthanasia. Kopaz gave $3.42 to the Oreo Euthanasia Fund.
Aww.
Oh, that's a little weird.
Here, give it back to Anel.
I'll prove that it's not. Let me get it.
You're replacing the CPU on this if this doesn't work. Before you get your next paycheck. You will replace that CPU. Okay.
You're such a child, Lois.
Greetings from Estonia. This is for BlackBerry, Clinton, and Oreo. This message was typed in a 2007 15-inch Mac Pro that I still use. You are producing good content and I like it. An early 2007 A1211 or a late 2007 A1226? Curious. A1211. That was a harder to kill machine. You still haven't replied to me that if that night you were close to what? That's because that's a dumb question. No wonder I didn't respond to you. Okay, so I bet I could get her to pet me before she pets you. You know what? You go ahead and do that, Oreo. I think that's actually very fitting. Seems like a fine, fitting punishment for you.
The anti-Semitic stuff, that should be timed out or banned or something.
Yeah, what? Yeah, get the fuck out of my chat. See, how do I... Yeah, suck my... Alright. Next, here we have an A1466 MacBook Air, and this MacBook Air is not turning on. Let's figure out what's wrong with this MacBook Air, and then I gotta get out of here because I forgot to order lunch yet again in the middle of the day. So I'm gonna get myself some food soon. Food. It seems like this MacBook has some food on it. Oh crap, I wasn't recording. Error. Here we're gonna be working on another MacBook Air. This MacBook Air appears to have some food residue on the bottom of it. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I'm so hungry I could damn near lick the bottom of this computer right now. But not going to do it. So we're going to open this thing up, fix it, and then get some food. You're welcome, Orioles fan. But I'm not sure what I replied to. Simone Gertz is a Swede, by the way. Oh, very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of people on YouTube that make really interesting content that don't have to what's the word I'm looking like? Lower themselves to the lowest common denominator to get attention. Here is some food money. Now I just have to remember to get myself something to eat. Tim is here. Is TCRS Circuit here? Simonja, thank you for your new subscribers. I'm sure she had a bunch of subscribers before I was here. Nonsense. She earned every subscriber that she's got. Her stuff is really interesting and funny. I enjoy it. It's quality. Okay, so we are going to see how much amperage this MacBook is taking when I turn on my power supply, so you can see it on the screen. This over here is my MagSafe attached to a power supply. And we plug it in, and it's giving me 500 milliamps, and it's turning on. Meaning that this is yet another waste of time. Really? Paul, this already turns on. Oh, there's a note inside now, is there? A jackass spilled Pepsi all over my Mac. I'm sorry to hear that, Kelsey. I wiped it down and immediately took it home and cleaned it off with isopropyl alcohol, as told to do by the university's IT man. It worked later that day but would not turn on the next morning. He said it's probably something with my circuit board, but I trust your opinion more than theirs. Please help me, sad face. The computer isn't even a year old, and a homegirl cannot afford a new Mac. Alright, you know what? You've given me the incentive required to actually open this thing. Let's... Alright, homegirl. Let's see what we can do. Why is this thing intermittently turning on? Oh well, what are you gonna do? Now all of you know that this person has a broken Mac. What a violation of the Fourth Amendment we've got going on right there. Your privacy has been ruined. You know that there's a woman named Kelsey with a broken MacBook. Alright. Let's see where the Pepsi... So, she actually cleaned her machine with... She put an effort to clean this thing properly. Based on actual proper knowledge. Like, no rice, none of that shit. I like that. I like what I'm seeing here. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to inspect the trackpad. Because remember, the trackpad can reset the SMC. And this does not look like it's corroded at all. This actually looks beautiful. Now we're going to take a look at... Good thing GDPR does not apply in the state. Oh, good thing most of the EU regulations don't apply here. It sounds like hell. Anyway, so we've got all these pins look nice and clean. Look over here. All of these pins for the keyboard connector. Kelsey, Genius Bar confirmed? No. This looks nice and clean. That looks nice and clean. Alright, she's lucky. This is just going to wind up being an issue with her keyboard being intermittently working. Hope you get that last place for a new store. It looked nice. Awesome, thank you. What is a shameless ad of Pepsi, the destroyer of MacBooks? What state is... let's see. I have the early 2007 MacBook Pro. It runs El Capitan, but it was way faster on Mavericks. It also overheats, of course, and currently idles at 67 to 75 Celsius. Well, it is a MacBook. I have a spare laptop that is a ThinkPad X220. I mean, Kelsey is better than Genius Bar confirmed. Indeed, Kopaz. And also, stop giving me back your salary. I gotta do some bookkeeping at some point to see if Kopaz has donated back his salary. Couldn't you crowdfund the new place? I'm not sure. What is your favorite food place to order from? That's part of it, as I'm having trouble deciding what to get today. There's one place that has this peanut butter burger around the corner. Vegan love, it's amazing. I'm hooked on this peanut butter burger. Peanut butter burger thingy. But I gotta try something else because I've been eating that every day for 3 months straight. Starting to get sick of it. Couldn't you crowdfund the new place? Maybe yes, maybe no. I did some research into that, and when Linus had 10 times the viewership I did, he got $35,000. So I would be looking at spending probably $50,000 on first, last deposit, probably another $30,000 to $60,000 on construction stuff, new furnishings, fixtures, etc. Probably like $10,000 to $15,000 on gate, security, fire alarm, normal burglar alarm, cameras. So I don't think that doesn't add up. So let's take a look at her board and see if there's anything funny going on. I'm going to take out the SSD because sometimes corrosion can be hiding under the SSD. Go from there. Why am I yawning? This board has no corrosion on it. Let's take a look under the microscope and confirm that that's the case. It's so much easier to get everything out of the MacBook Air than it is the A1706 and A1989s. I miss when this was how they were made. Do you miss the A1466 Air?
I love the 1466 Air. It's my favorite machine to work on.
Sorry, Paul. I didn't want to knock over your Coca-Cola.
I can
crap.
knock over my Coca-Cola. I'm not a professional.
I did not see what just got posted. Shit. I missed it.
Somebody asked if Attila is going to build the new store.
Who asked that?
Pedro.
Oh, Pedro. I haven't spoken to him in years, man. I would love to get back in contact with him. I miss having him around. But yeah, I would love to. He's a one-man wrecking ball. This is the only evidence of Pepsi here. And it's not actually on a component or a probe point. Is that? That's it. Okay, that's a green hair, not corrosion. Because that tricked me. I thought that was green hair. So there's nothing on this machine that leads me to believe that there's anything wrong with it. Perhaps the keyboard could have some Pepsi stuck in it. Maybe she got lucky. But right now it's turning on. Kelsey, you got lucky. You did the right thing. You cleaned the board with alcohol and you cleaned all the stuff the moment you got the Pepsi on it. And thanks to that, you're going to have a much lower repair bill than the people that listen to the crap on the internet and put it in rice and wind up spending $200 to $500 here to get everything fixed. Good job, Kelsey. All right, now we move on to the next machine. Was Karen a paid actor? Who's Karen? Yeah, that's because I had it unplugged, MLG. But good eye for noticing that. Somebody sent me an email suggesting that I ask Bill Gates for a loan. I can't tell if this is a troll or not. I think releasing my email publicly was probably a bad idea on YouTube. I'm sure nobody asked Bill Gates for money. What? What's wrong with that board? What's wrong with that board?
I have fan spin. What do you mean?
Okay, plug a screen in. Let's see it boot,
No, fan spin equals win, right?
You plug a screen in. Let's see. Missed something again. Some of those who watch you earn income from watching. I don't think crowdfunding would be a bad idea if not an angel investor. We'll see. Somebody suggested that I ask Bill Gates for a loan in my email. Why did I release my email publicly? This was a bad idea. People knowing that Lewis at RossmanGroup.com and that Steve at RossmanGroup.com are public emails was a terrible idea.
Cut.
All right, let me grab another machine. You don't want to show it booting? Why don't you want to show it booting, Anel? Let's see that
five-
question mark folder.
Because 5 volts went into CPU. Okay, you win.
Paul, he doesn't want to show it booting. That A1502 that you said would just be the capacitor.
It just looked like the capacitor, right? It was just the capacitor.
Yeah, he's getting fan spin now, but he doesn't
Yeah?
want to show it booting into an operating system.
Why not?
Yeah, why not,
Because
Anel?
it's not booting?
It gets 90 milliamps, that's it.
90 milliamps is not that.
90 milliamps, fan spin.
Go order food so at least it's on its way. Okay. That looks like a record button in the corner. That little red dot, when I zoom in like this, it shows up in the upper corner of the stream. It looks like the record... That looks like the red record button on my camcorder. I actually just noticed that because I thought that was the record... I thought my record button was on my camcorder. But then I realized, wait, I'm not recording, so what is that?
That board is a paid actor.
That board was a paid actor. I have to get something besides this damn peanut butter burger. Surely there's something else to eat. But that thing is so good. Keep calm and carry on. Will do, my friend. Thank you. I will not get a side because I have become a fat ass. I need to stop being a fat ass. Oh, crap. Thank you. Alright. Answer door in 30 minutes. I bet in 30 minutes I gotta make sure nobody else eats my food. Have you ever tried upgrading the RAM on a MacBook Air to 16 gigabytes? I have not. We did upgrade the RAM on an A1706 Touch Bar, but we never had the time to put it on the website as a service or to do a video on it. But we're going to be doing a video on that tomorrow. So check back tomorrow for a live stream of a RAM upgrade from 8 to 16 gigabytes on an A1706 MacBook Pro. Performed by Anel.
You know, when I re-bowl at SMC, sometimes, you know, it kind of slides to the right. I don't know if you want to trust me with your RAM.
It's going to be great. You'll see it. Someone says mods M number 8. Yeah, it don't make no sense. Thank you, JP. That's too kind of you. I also have to upload that video of Paul using the air horn. Here we have an A1707 that's not turning on. This is a 15-inch Touch Bar Mac Pro from either 2016 or 2017. And it appears to be dead. So let's open it up and see what's going on the inside of this MacBook Pro. Put it on the mat. Take the screws out of the bottom of it. How are you getting used to that Android phone, Paul?
Not using it. This is my Windows phone.
Have you put any effort into learning the Android?
Somewhat.
There's not going to be any Windows phone anymore soon, Paul.
I know. It sucks so much. When I actually have to take this Windows phone out of my hand and put an Android phone in it, I'm gonna hate it.
Have you tried using Linux as your daily driver? Yes, from 2003 through 2014. Not anymore. See this little Stream Deck here? I like my Stream Deck. I like how easy, all these little things that just work on Windows that I have to drive myself crazy to get to work in Linux. AppleCare Senior Advisor would love to assist you with any internal or such things. And for idiots who see this, obviously not my real name, go find an actress. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so I take this, I'm going to open this up, and we're going to see what's going on the inside of this MacBook. I believe it's a Trek Roscoe 6, and then I have a Dual Sport 4 as well, but the Dual Sport 4 is out of commission due to a Hall sensor error, and I just haven't had time to take it here and work on it. Alright, so let's take a look at this. This here is the MacBook. Now, as usual, I want to see how much power the board itself is taking without having to deal with what the battery is drawing. This apple ain't so big. Thank you very much for the $2, Euro. So do this. Now, there's no more battery attached. And we're going to see how many amps this takes in a USB-C amp meter. I also want to see if it's stuck at 5 volts or if it makes its way to 20 volts. You can get a USB-C amp meter on store.rossmangroup.com. Now it's taking 5 volts at 100 milliamps. So 5 volts means that the USB-C charger is not being told to put out the right amount of power. Remember, if this is a MacBook, it's going to put out 20. If it's a phone or a GoPro, it's going to put out 5. But the machine needs to speak to the charger and say, I'm a MacBook, I need more power, send me more power. But it's not doing that, and we're going to try and figure out why that is. So we got to take the board out of the case in order to do that. Take out all these T5 screws first, and take out all the T3 screws later. Broccoli, carrots, and kombucha. Thank you. There's a store story going on. I'm waiting to hear back from this one space. We'll see if the guy sends me a lease. I may have to do a little back and forth negotiating. He wants me to sign a personal guarantee and have a 4-month deposit. No, he first said 3 to 6 months. I was hoping it would be 3 months. But when he hit me with the, we want you to personally guarantee the lease yourself and sign a personal guarantee. Oh, you're pushing it, but fine. It's a nice space. But then when they hit me with the, we want a 4-month deposit and you to personally guarantee it, that's a bit of a kick in the nutsack there. In my opinion, you either get your 3-month guarantee, your 3-month deposit and a personal guarantee, or you get your 4-month deposit but no personal guarantee. I don't really feel like doing both. It's not even a question of whether you can, it just kind of feels like getting kicked in the nuts. And I'm going to be putting a good amount of money into the space to make it usable, and I don't want to do that if I feel like I'm being kicked in the nuts. I don't know if I'm being completely reasonable there, or maybe a little unreasonable. Let you guys decide. Let me open this up. The kitchen equipment, there's a good chance that I don't get, because for the kitchen equipment, that I would have to, he's looking to sell that before moving out. Personal guarantee mean if the landlord has 4 rent deposits. Well, that means that if I don't pay rent, let's say that I say my business is bankrupt, and I owe him rent, they can come after me personally. Now, I don't plan on going bankrupt anytime soon. I don't have any plans on doing anything like that, but it's just, it's just less comfortable. Oh, we can come after you personally rather than your company. And there are landlords that push that, and here the thing is, it's okay to push it if it's a good deal. Like, I'll sign something like that if I'm getting a nice deal. Because, the risk goes up, but if the deal is nice, it makes up for it. But 4-month deposit, nah. I think that it should be fair that you get one or the other. You're going to get a tenant that's going to treat the space very well, make sure the space is prim and proper, security cameras, a gate to keep people getting into the building. We're going to take care of the condensing unit. We're going to make sure that when we do leave the space, we give you a very nice space back. And I don't feeling like I'm getting punished while doing that. How you remind me, donated $1. Thank you for your $1. How important is foot traffic for your store? It's pretty important. I'm not going to get a lot of foot traffic in that location, but it's close in proximity to the area that I need to be in, which is what matters to me. College?
Yeah.
Your professor's going to show up this time?
I can't guarantee that.
Is the place that was posted yesterday with Chinese food lady the one that's kicking you in the nuts? No, I don't know if it's a kick in the nuts yesterday. That's the thing. Again, he said that you may... I said it would feel like a kick in the nuts if that happened.
Yes, it was.
It's something where... Like they said, it's not a guarantee that they're going to choose a form. Thank you very much, Harry. It's not a guarantee that they're going to say 4-month deposit. It's just a possibility that he was opening me, that he was saying be open to the fact that they may ask for it. So they haven't done it just yet. But if they do go for personal guarantee, which they seem very steadfast on, and 4-month deposit, that's when I begin negotiating back. You offered a fair space at a fair price, in fair condition. You don't have a wall built in front of a. You have a wall that you built in front of a light fixture to hide flood damage and broken toilet. The guy will sell all the appliances for 50K and wants another 40K in advance. It's a nice 90K profit. Yeah, he said if they can sell it, great. If they can't sell it, then we can have it. But again, it's too early to know. I just know that in that type of negotiation, this is where I would be at. Yeah. I'd like to move in. I'd like to make it a better place. I'd like to be a good tenant. It's going to be a good location. I think it'll be good for the building. I'm guessing it would depend on your credit. Yeah, that's a big part of it. Okay. Okay. So let's see if when we unplug everything, if we are still getting the same thing as before. So we were getting 5 volts instead of 20 volts. And let's see what we get now. Five volts, 100 milliamps, off. Let's see what we get here. 5 volts, 100 milliamps, on. All right. Here is something that's actually important to learn. Whichever one is the one that does not loop, according to Paul. Paul's the one that taught me this. So, Paul, take a bow for the studio audience for this discovery. The one that's boot looping is the one that actually is the one that is good. The one that does not loop when you're stuck at 5 volts, that's going to be the one that's causing your problems. Now, let's just go over what I mean by that when I say the one causing your problems. What does that mean? Well, there's 4 charge ports on this machine. And for each charge port, since these are not just normal charge ports, these are USB-C ports, there's going to be a brain. There's a whole ecosystem attached to this. It's a word that Apple people love. Ecosystem. So we're just going to take a look and dive into what that ecosystem is over here. So let's take a look at each one of these charge ports. So over here, you have a charge port. And actually, there's 2 charge ports on that one connector. So you got 2 charge ports over there. And the other side, you have another connector that the other 2 charge ports are going to go into over here. So see on the desk, you have the charge port. And each charge port is on, there's 2 charge ports per cable. 2 charge ports here, 2 charge ports there, and they go into those connectors. Now, if you click on any one of these charge ports, you'll see that there's a bunch of different lines here on the right side. And some of these are going to be data lines that speak to chips on the board. So let's just take a look at something like this. So what is this for? So you have this data line, CC1, and that is going to speak to a chip on the bottom of the board. Let's take a look at what this chip is. U3100. U3100 is going to be a USB-C port controller. USB-C port controller. Now, this chip is going to speak with the charger and say, hi, we're doing USB 2 today, or hi, we're doing USB 3 today, or hi, we're doing DisplayPort today. Hi, I'm an external graphics card plugged in. Hi, I just want to, I need power from you, but no 5 volts, I want 20. So this is much more involved than your standard laptop charge port when it comes to USB-C. Now, one of the charge ports is not working properly, and the one that's not working properly, SE400 is dope. You need to sell this and store it at Ross & Good Company because I don't want HDMI capture. Yeah, about me buying Microscopes with that whole 25% tariff thing. Yeah, I made my mistake with that. That deal, overall, with the amount of nonsense I'm going to have to go through because I imported another 30 Microscopes before I realized that the government website was wrong, that's probably going to wind up being a $3,000 loss, and it is what it is. When you have new business ideas, sometimes they rake in money. Sometimes it's just like ripping off JTAGs, and sometimes it's eating $3,000 to $4,000 because your government's website sucks. So, yeah, I'm not too keen on the whole Microscope selling thing at the moment. We'll see when the tariffs end. Which they won't. Because no sane Democrat is going to win the primary, and then Trump will win re-election, and he will keep the tariffs going because he believes tariffs are good. He doesn't even just see them as a tool. He thinks they're good for the economy. It's just painful. Anyway, so we are going to continue over here, and we are going to go through this board. Now, the port that wasn't working corresponds to the chip that's on this side of the board. So this helps me. This is a little tool, because remember, there's 4 of these USB-C port controllers on the board, and if even one of them is not working, then none of the ports work. Lewis 2020. Yeah, like I want my life ruined like that. Ha ha. Yeah, there's nothing better than having to walk around for the rest of your life with armed security guards because everybody hates you. Yay, politics. But no. So
Say again?
there's 4 different chips.
For Paul.
Not that I
There's
know
4
of.
different chips.
Delivery.
Food?
For Paul.
For Paul?
Yeah.
It says for Paul?
Yeah, the guy said for Paul. So it's some fancy mochi place.
Test it. Here, you try it, Paul.
What is it?
Test
I
the
don't
food.
know. I'm curious. It's down here.
Paul, test it.
And here I'm eating dried cured meat.
Yeah. So what's the first beautiful mochi?
It didn't explode.
It'll be
Suspicious.
poison.
Suspicious package has been released. Oh, it's mochi. Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
It's treats. It's treats.
Yeah. These are like little ice cream things. Or something
Yeah.
Like that.
Aw.
Bandage.
Well, everybody grab one.
What's that? What's inside of those things?
It's ice cream vegetarian type thing.
You just grab one with one of these
Skewers.
skewers and eat.
Flop it.
Skewer?
Skewer.
What's the skewer for?
So you
To stab it.
just stab it and eat it. You have to kill it first and then you eat it.
Paul 2020 says the forgotten violin.
Ooh, they have different stuff. Interesting.
Say thank you to the people on stream who got you this. Actually, wait, no, we haven't confirmed that it's not poison
we
yet.
have to wait and eat it. And
No, nobody's died yet, so
I'll be a guinea pig.
No, Kevin has been the Kevin.
Hi.
I need you to test some food.
Oh shit. Taste tester. Mine. You want the red one?
Yeah.
What?
Mochi?
Oh yeah, like that little ice cream thingy.
Okay, mochi.
Thank you, JP.
Not fried. I have an update for you later.
Mine.
What type of update?
Is that vanilla? Wait, which one?
Is it happy
That
update?
one's probably. I got the banana.
Okay,
That's
one
gonna
sec, I'm
be,
mute.
black sesame.
Can I have one?
Yeah, of course. It's for everybody. I don't want more.
No, Paul, they're all for you. I'm gonna take this strawberry looking one. Thank you.
You want a mochi? Thank you, mysterious stream person, for the mochi.
Peanut butter. Peanut butter, peanut burger. Peanut. Peanut, peanut, peanut.
Oh, it's like this. I think it's some.
They're like, it's like ice cream inside the
Yeah,
dough.
I think it's from store or something like this.
Want one?
It's you bought this? Oh, somebody. Okay, this with the mango, I think, right?
Mango, probably. That's probably green tea. That's kiwi. That's chocolate chip.
Wow.
Lavender, I'm assuming. That looks like red bean.
Thank you.
Try
Pistachio.
with the mango.
Yeah.
I thought you bought this and
No, somebody sent it.
oh, thank you so much.
Hmm. I guess there's going to be more for me to come eat soon. All right. So JP said he had something on the way. So I am going to put this aside, and I'll save some for later. 1 second. Just muting for a moment. Be right back.
Crazy Sando. Did you kill all of them?
They're all dead.
They're all dead?
I've killed the mochi.
Alright, I'm stealing this
You've
one
killed
out
them?
of here. Thank you.
The lavender? I think it's lavender.
I'll be with you now.
What was the
OMG.
first one?
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Insane. Is that meat? Look.
I've
It's
never had
fake.
really good ones
No,
of these
it's
before.
That
No,
looks good. Whatever
see.
that is.
Does Moki have fan spin? Somebody asked.
Whatever that
This is the first time I had really good ones of these.
is. Yeah.
The mochis?
Yeah. Want mochi?
Nah, I'm good. But they look good though. So this is what, chocolate?
No. I'm thinking that's red bean. That looks like red bean. Pistachio.
That's pistachio.
No, that's green tea.
Really?
Yeah, that's gonna be green tea, definitely.
What is this one?
Also, I have no idea.
No, I don't. I'm good. Oh, you can try it. Whoa, that looks good.
So which one's good?
Did she tell you what you know who said?
Yeah, I saw. Doing the numbers, that's not good.
Unmuted. Just had to discuss some official company business this there. Sorry about that.
I don't think you were muted at all anyway.
I was muted.
You muted this one?
I muted everything from here.
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing the switch.
Oh, JP, they hint to what mochi it is by putting a little, like a sign of what it is on top of them. It's pretty neat.
Paul, you want some chips and Paul, I've eaten too much. I'm a fat ass and I'm full. Would you like this?
What do you got? That looks amazing.
It's a science experiment.
That looks amazing.
Try it. I just want to make sure nothing happens to you before I try it.
Thank you.
Why do you have a MacBook? People keep asking.
Because it's useful in this location. I don't have to carry chargers back and forth to work. I don't have to buy an extra charger. If anything ever happens to it, I have everything here to fix it. I mean, it's only for YouTube consumption and emailing shit. It's not like they're useful for anything else.
Oh, it's garbage.
Yeah.
It's
It's leaking.
There's sauce in there.
That you can leave for now.
Thank you, Olga. You're the best.
Thank you.
You're too kind.
ice cream.
I need some. Do we have a fork?
I have a fork.
Do I have a fork? There's only one fork. Well, I can use chips to pick them up. Like a chip?
Oh
Can
my
a
God,
chip be a
that's
fork? Is a chip a fork? Chip. Salty.
good. Very.
This is as salty as a customer when their estimate takes longer than a day.
That is delicious.
Using a Mac as a table. What is this shit though?
That's what a Mac is good for. The Mac is holding ice cream.
This is product placement right here. If more people do this, more people will liquid damage their machines. More JTAG connectors. Can you make sure that you put the liquid right by where the JTAG connector would be, so that people know where for maximum profit?
Knock off a JTAG connector for $300.
JTAG would be here. Not bad.
It's got a kick to it. So if this isn't meat, what is this?
Don't ask, it'll just ruin it.
It sure tastes like meat.
Don't ask what it's made of, it'll ruin it.
If it turns out
It's
to
a
be
science
like,
experiment.
If it turns out to be like grasshopper or something, I might be upset.
Why would you be upset with grasshopper?
I don't want to eat grasshopper.
Why?
It doesn't sound like a food that I should be eating.
You would be sad eating pigs if you ever met Jess's bacon, if you met Jess's pig.
Think so?
You should have met Jess's pig. She was so cute.
I
She
can't-
got it when it was a little piglet and it was playing with her doggy.
So my across the street neighbor at home has chickens. I kind of feel bad eating chicken when I see what those chickens are like. They're real friendly and cuddly, and I don't know, they're cool pets.
Chickens are pretty dumb though.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that chicken in the 1940s it was a chicken that had its head cut off and it still lived for about 5 or 6 months.
That long?
Then again, the same could probably be said for Kopast.
Ooh. Hi, Alex.
I need to find a spoon or something. proper utensil. Before my
AB something something.
AB something something. This is a Zamo heating element. I would hide them right out of reach of myself. So here. No.
I think you just pushed them in. It was in that bag. You just pushed it in.
This bag has hot sauce in it.
No.
Oh, I hear forks behind it. You're flying.
Nope. I got taken away. Okay. Anel took my last one today.
That fucker.
No, I have a fork.
Chickens can be emoticon pets and tasty too. Are they good pets? Have you ever had a pet chicken?
No, I'm planning on it though.
Would it get along with a pet turtle?
I don't know. I hope so. I hope the chicken doesn't peck the turtle.
Who would win, chicken versus turtle?
Turtle can go underwater to hide from chicken.
Turtle could drown chicken.
Chicken might get beheaded for fucking with turtle.
Really?
Yes.
Chicken could survive after being beheaded.
Nothing fucks with my turtle.
I wonder how Mr. Clinton would get along with the turtle. Would he be scared of the turtle? Would he run towards the turtle?
They've been in contact with dogs and cats before, and cats seem to like to watch them. Dogs like to guard them.
Interesting.
I will try the kiwi mochi. You're putting on out of range static.
Huh?
You're putting on out of range static.
Yeah, the squelch is not working on my receiver anymore. Everybody always loves your screensaver. People are very interested in your screensaver.
It's called Helios from Screensaver's Planet. Should get them to sponsor the stream sometime.
Did you ever see the Helios phone?
The Helios what?
The Helios smartphone?
No. Oh.
You can call it that.
Yeah, I did somewhere. I disregarded it for some reason.
What's that up there?
Where?
Top of your queue, right under that box.
An iPad original? Data recovery?
Oh. That may actually be a use for those 6... Wait, no, there's no TriStar because they use the 4-pin thing. That's pre-TriStar.
This is pre-technology.
It's an iPad.
It no work. These I do have to sniff. Okay, that one's orange.
Kitten. Kitten.
Not sure what that one is.
Ask him for a moment.